Hello and welcome to this video about Imbolc, the Wheel of the Year festival of Imbolc. And my name is Lisa. I have been honoring and celebrating the Wheel of the Year festivals in my personal life for quite some time now, because it reminds me of the cyclicity of all of life. Like, life works in cycles. We all have a cycle. We've got different cycles. And I also support people with their menstrual cycle or their moon cycle. And in that sense, the Wheel of the Year represents one complete cycle, the cycle of life and death. And in this video today, I would like to share with you about Imbolc, what it is, what we celebrate, the main topics and themes of this time of year, and a few ritual ideas of how you can celebrate it in your own life. So as I shared, it's one of the 8 Wheel of the Year festivals that represent the cycle of life. So from winter solstice, which is like the darkest, lowest point on the cycle, energetically comparable to menstruation or to dark moon, and then we everything wakes up again, everything opens all the way to summer solstice, which is basically the peak point with a lot of energy happening usually, and comparable with ovulation and full moon. And then we move back towards the darker half of the year and back to the point of winter solstice again. And in this cycle that's working us every year, Imbolc is the moment where the spark, our light, our inner fire returns. So after this death phase of winter solstice, now is the time that we our spark gets rekindled, reignited, and it's a new beginning, both for nature as much as for ourselves. Imbolc, the term, comes from Old Irish and means to cleanse oneself or to wash oneself. And what I often find so fun is that we humans tend to express these energies in the cycles of life quite naturally. So many people at this time of year, they have this inner urge to start cleaning and to start decluttering their life. And yeah, I love these coincidences or synchronicities. And then when Christianity spread, this festival, which was a Celtic, Germanic festival, was turned into Candlemas by the Christian Church. So some people celebrate Candlemas at this time, which is, Candlemas is celebrated on February 2nd, and Imbolc usually, if we pay attention to the calendar, to our solar calendar, on February 1st, or on the night from January 31st to February 1st, in the Northern Hemisphere. In the Southern Hemisphere, it would be the 1st of August. And it's basically, if you look at a calendar, it's like this midpoint between winter solstice and spring equinox. Yet, in the times when these rituals and traditions were practiced widely, people didn't refer to a solar calendar. They still worked with the moon cycles. And so alternatively, Imbolc can be celebrated on the second full moon of the year, which is usually either end of January or beginning of February. So you can choose which option you prefer, if you want to go with just the date or the moon to celebrate. And why do we even celebrate? What do we celebrate? It's a festival of light, so to speak. As I shared, our inner fire gets rekindled, revived after a long winter, and we are asked to bring this light into the world around us, to get back in touch with our passions, to what lights us up, and to share that with the world, because our unique spark is so important and brings joy to ourselves and to the world. And apart from the old Irish word for to wash or to cleanse oneself, Imbolc is sometimes written with a J, with a G at the end. And in that case, it comes from the old Irish word for in the belly, which is really fascinating because at this time of year, we use the sheep, they already carry their babies in their belly. So in the belly, and much like nature right now is like really preparing. Things are about to shoot from the earth, and yet they are still in the belly. So this is, I love these again synchronicities. Or also it's called St. Bridget's Day, because Bridget is the goddess of inspiration, of light, fire, and also of fertility. And it's said that she wanders the land, walks across the lands at this time, and bestows her blessing on the land that is about to transform into spring. And so now is the moment to really tap into our inner vision for what we want to bring into the world this year, what we want to turn into a reality for ourselves, for the world, and to even start planning how we do that. But right now is not the time for action plans. We're still pretty much in the middle of winter, so we are not supposed to take action right now. It's more about connecting to this vision, becoming clearer on the details of what we want to bring, and then allowing a bit more time before actually taking action on that. It's more an inward journey at the moment. But it's also this inspiration, this inner fire, the light can already give us hope and courage that we can actually do these things that we want to do and bring into the world, and it will sustain us. Light has always brought hope to the people, and it will sustain us so we don't waver, but start expressing our individuality and expressing who we are in this world. As for the energetic quality of this time, as I said, we are still in the middle of winter, and there might still be frost or snow covering the lands. And also we see the first signs that nature is awakening, like the days are getting longer again. The sun is moving higher and higher up on the horizon. You can hear more and more birds chirping. You can even see the first snowdrops coming from the earth. So like all plants and trees, their juices, they are already preparing. They are close to the surface, about to shoot out and show themselves in the brightest colors in spring. And for us humans, now is the time to leave the old mustiness of winter behind, and the hardships and the illnesses that we may have had over the winter, and to dispel everything from our apartment, our house, our home, that we don't want there any longer. So it's time for spring cleaning again. As I shared before, like I love how people naturally do this spring cleaning in line with how nature does things. And that was like this cleaning was of course especially important back then, when all these traditions came to life, because imagine people were living a winter huddled together in a hut made of wood, maybe barricaded against the cold, maybe with tar or all sorts of things, so not much air would come in, but they would be able to keep warm and get through the winter. And so they definitely needed to clean their houses, both physically as much as energetically. And For you too, if you like, you can use incense to smudge your home. You can use drums and drumming and loud noises to dispel any lingering energies. It can also be taking care of your body, taking a bath with salts to cleanse your body. So it's really a spring cleaning on all levels. Also on a mental, psychological level, in terms of, okay, what kind of habits aren't working for me anymore, aren't beneficial for my well-being? What do I want to leave behind? Which people do I need to cut cords with? Because when I am with them, I feel restricted and alone. So it's a really it's an interesting time of spring cleaning, and the way you can honor that in your day-to-day life is bringing movement back into your limbs. So get your body moving. Maybe go for a nice walk outside, or on the first bike tour, or do some yoga. Like exercising in a way that, yes, the energy is returning slowly, but we don't have to waste it all and exhaust ourselves right now. So being mindful of that, finding your own pace, doing things that get movement back into your body, but that also sustain your energy levels. The spring cleaning that I have already talked about is definitely a way to honor this time, decluttering your possessions, for example. And then it's a lovely thing to bring a gift, an offering to nature, for example, a bowl of water or milk, a few nuts or grain to put outside, just to let nature know that, hey, I'm looking forward to growing together with you, to coming out of the closet again and to start blooming soon. And a very fun little ritual I read about is shaking the trees awake. So really going out into the forest and maybe taking a tree that is not that doesn't have a too big of a trunk and start shaking it. People would do that, and just helping them become awake again. Or maybe if the trunk is too big, you can just give it a pat on the back, on the metaphorical back, just to say, hey, how are you? Let's wake up together and prepare for spring. So the main topics or themes of this time of year, they have already come up during what I've shared. But the first thing is to dispel or expel winter. Like, now's the time to leave all this mustiness behind. It's time to cleanse and smudge your home. It's time to make loud noise to really show that, hey, now is a new beginning. That goes together with the cleansing and new beginnings. So what is it that you would like to let go of? That can be people, that can be thought patterns, that can be habits, that can be material things. And at the same time, because when you let go of that, you make space for something new. So what would you like to invite into your life instead? Which people would you like to spend more time with? Or which relationships are you opening yourself up to? What new beliefs or habits would you like to incorporate into your life? And then the third big theme is vision and direction. So what's important to you in your life? What do you want to move forward in your life this year? Which are the topics that you would like to focus on? What really lights you up? What is close to your heart? And as I shared before, it's not yet time to put that into practice, to implement. And also, it can be that right now you don't know yet what you would like to bring into this world this year. And that is fine too. Then your task is to trust, to be patient and trust that Bridget's spark of inspiration is going to find you no matter what. And that in due time you will know what you want to bring into this world, and it can take another month or 2 months until that spark of inspiration hits, and that's fine too. Because this again serves as a source of strength, this inspiration, this inner fire, and the moment the spark comes, you will know, and until then all is good, and you just trust. And then I want to mention that sometimes we go through phases in our life where we really don't know what's what, where we really don't have any vision, don't have any motivation, don't even feel motivated to get out of bed in the morning. And these moments of crisis, they happen where we might question everything, or where we simply don't know what we want from life anymore. And if you need or want support in that situation, just know that I do offer support. I love life crises because they are an enormous chance for us to take our life into our own hands and to design it in a way that feels fulfilling and meaningful to us, to you, because fulfillment and meaning looks different for everybody. So let's find out how it looks for you and how you can turn your life into that direction. So in that case, reach out to me. I'm here. But I also want to share 3 beautiful rituals on how you can honor this time and celebrate Imbolc for yourself. And the first is a ritual of light, where you place 1 white candle in each window of your home. So on each windowsill in your home, you place a white candle on the evening of January 31st. And then you leave it there burning overnight until Imbolc, February 1st. And this symbolizes that, darkness is now, like, the darkness has no place anymore in our life. The light is returning. We invite and welcome the new light with these candles. Please be cautious. Use a fireproof mat underneath the candles, or some means to make it safe to keep them burning. Or, as I did, I bought myself some LED candles that I can safely place into all the windows of my apartment. So if you can definitely use that idea if you want to. Then the second one is a rather inner spring cleaning exercise, where you sit down maybe with pen and paper and you think about what you would like to declutter and let go of in your life, and also maybe invite in. So which material things do you want to let go of? What can you declutter? Which relationships are important to you in your life? Which of the relationships in your life do you want to continue or even intensify? And which relationships need to be released or at least restricted? And what kind of relationships do you open yourself up to? And then also, which thought patterns and behavioral patterns aren't serving you anymore? And what would you like to focus on instead? Like, what would you like to invite into your life in terms of beliefs or habits or behaviors? And the third ritual is a journey to your inner child, for which you need to set aside a bit of time. This is really fun because Imbolc, in terms of a life cycle, refers to the time of our childhood and also youth. So getting in touch with our inner child can reveal a lot about how to bring curiosity and ease and playfulness into our life. So take some time and connect to your inner child. Maybe it helps you to remember your childhood, what you were like as a child, what brought you joy as a child, what kind of activities did you almost lose yourself in? When did you completely forget time? And then you play some music that evokes ease and playfulness for you, and then start dancing with your child. And in the dance, inquire, what would your inner child like to say to you? What would it like to tell you about your life right now? What would it like you to do more of or less of? What does your inner child need to feel safe and secure? And how can you integrate more of that into your life? Of course, you can also do these rituals together with other people. That can be very valuable to share and to be seen and witnessed in these things. But do it as works best for you. In case you would like to get more in touch with the cyclical way of living, both your personal cycle as much as the cycles of nature around us, I do write a weekly personal free letter, my soul mail, and I will link to that below. I usually send reminders. Hey, now we're moving into this phase. Maybe you want to pay attention to this, or this is a great inquiry for yourself, or a journaling practice. And I do that as much for you as I do it for myself, to remind myself that, yeah, life is cyclical and I don't have to be the same every day. And if you want to receive that, it would be lovely. You can sign up below. And last but not least, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, activate the bell, so you will always get informed when I release a new video. And if there's anything you would like to share with me, hey, reach out. I'm here. I would love to hear what you take away from this. Or if you've got your own rituals that you celebrate on Imbolc, let's get in touch. And for now, I wish you a beautiful day. Much love.